Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki, known here as the One-Handed Bandit, and I decided to do a updated brow routine video. So if you would like to see how I do my brows, then keep watching. So I have been using this brow pencil by MLN Beauty, and this is their signature brow pencil. They only have one shade. It's in the shade Chocolate Chip, and it's dual-sided, so it has the brush, well, the pencil right here, and then the brush is on the opposite side. So what I like to do is brush my brow hairs up. So just brushing my brow hairs up. Now, if you have oily skin, it may be best to set your brows with powder, but I have dry skin, so I don't need to set my brows. And what I do is I just trace out my brow shape. So I'm just lining underneath my brows. And then I just go on top. And it's okay if you mess up because concealer will clean all of that up. And then you just connect the two ends, just like that. And I'm gonna do the same on the other side. Now my brows are uneven, so both brows will probably not look exactly the same. And that's just how I do my brows. And then I go in with a pomade. So if I'm doing a full glam or full makeup look, I will probably I'll probably use my brow pomade and I'll just fill it in. But if I'm just doing a natural look, or if I'm just, going barefaced, I'll just fill the brows in with the pencil. And this is just for my everyday looks. When you see me with a full makeup look, 9 times out of 10, I filled it in with the pomade. And I alternate between the Anastasia pomade, the Crayon Case pomade, and ColourPop's pomade. And the pomade that you choose is up to you, just based on your preference. Some pomades are greasy and creamier than others. Some are dry. But for me, as long as it's not dry, as long as I can move the product, I'm totally fine with that. So I'm just lightly filling it in. And then I take the spoolie side and then I just fade it in. And then for concealer, to conceal under my brows, I use a concealer which is very close to my skin tone. I don't go with the lighter shade and have it highlighted unless I'm doing a full glam or full makeup look. So for this one, I'm going to use, this is a Wet n Wild concealer. I think this is in the shade, this is Dark Cocoa. And this is a cheap concealer. And I like to use cheap concealers for my brows because I'm not spending $30–$40 on a concealer that I'm only going to use under my brows. I prefer to use it under my eyes, and it better have some staying power to conceal these dark circles. So sometimes I take the wand, or sometimes I take a concealer brush and I scoop off the product and then I'll use it to blend out. But since it's going to be a simple everyday brow, I'm not going to be super, you know, meticulous about the brows. So I just go under the brows just like I did with the pencil, but now I'm going with the concealer just like this. And this concealer is very thick. It is full coverage. So just like that. And then I do the other side. Sometimes there's enough product to do both brows. If not, you'll just have to dip back in. Take a dense brush and I blend out the concealer. Depending on the look that I'm doing, I'll bring the concealer all the way down. But since it's just, you know, every day, I'm not putting on any shadow. I'll probably put on some lashes, but just bringing it down. And as you can see, that concealer is very close to my skin tone. So just bringing the product down. And that's it. If I'm doing a foundation, I'll probably go in with the foundation that I'm using for that day. And I just align the top portion of my brows just like this. There's some leftover concealer on this brush from a look that I previously did. So you just conceal it just like that. And then do the other side. And that's it. Pretty simple. I don't know why I get so many requests about brow videos. I appreciate the support. Maybe I'm doing my brows really well and you all are enjoying it. And I appreciate the support. I appreciate the compliment. But this is just it. This is just how I do my brows. Now, some people are very meticulous about their brows. They make sure that everything is even and there's no brow hair out of place. And if your brows are uneven like mine, you can take the concealer that's your concealer shade, and I go like this with the concealer, just drag it across, and if they connect, that pretty much lets you know that they're even. It may not look connected to you or even to you, but on my end, they look very much even. Except for this part right here. Now, there are times where I am very fussy about my brows and they have to be perfect. But I don't think I've ever had a bad brow day where I actually wiped off all of my brows. I've seen some people who just wiped off all their brows because they didn't like the way that it looked, and I've just never been in that position to where I didn't like my brows, so therefore I wiped it all off. But that is it for today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so that you can be notified whenever I upload videos.